those Quad City sports fans of all ages, Town Square Media is proud to present to you the best Quad City sports talk radio show in the world. With the face who runs the place, T-Roy, the OG on the marquee, Jaybird, and the cat who runs the chat with the stats, Statman Surge. We are Don't Hassle Us, We're Local. We're not a Quad City sports talk radio show. We're not the Quad City sports talk radio show. We are your Quad City sports talk radio show. Welcome to the conversation, Quad Cities. But first, the dawn.
It is finally Friday, Quad Cities, and it's freezing out, Mr. Bigglesworth.
Oh, it is.
We are rocking and rolling. We got the bomb diggity back in the house.
Hello. I missed everyone.
Jaybird Foster. We have no Corral with cheese today, so we'll just have to get by with
She's
our
out getting
bomb.
extra cheese.
Extra cheese on that.
Yeah. Yeah, it is cold. I don't like it, but you know what? Every day we get a little bit closer, and
Every day we're hustling.
to we get a little bit closer to warmer weather. I think so.
Are we, though?
The sun's staying out longer, Jay. That's what I like.
Yes.
I don't like it
like
when
it
it's
too.
dark before 5. I really don't like that at
No,
all.
I don't
No.
like
I
that
hate
either.
daylight savings time. I want the
It shouldn't exist.
that's coming back.
Who voted for that? Nobody.
Nobody.
Get
I
rid
don't
of
know.
it.
Silly.
Should just be the same.
It was back. You know why they did it? Because back in the day, the farmers didn't have lights on the tractors. Mm-hmm.
Is that really why?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, these
I
combines.
thought it had to do with the Roman calendar.
No, ma'am.
No, it's
All about farmers and tractors.
Wow.
Now these tractors, whew,
They got spotlights.
they got air conditioning, and they got satellite TV,
Yeah, they got.
they got XM radio.
There you go. Satellites.
They
Everywhere.
can listen to us in their tractors if they need be, because we are on ESPN.com.
yeah.
And we are live on Facebook, so there's a lot of ways for them to say, hey, I want to listen to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local while I take care of this hill of beans.
While I'm in these fields.
Yeah, look at this corn over here. Hey, corn.
Do you guys know that I lived on a
T-Roy
farm,
says,
right?
get in my belly.
Do you guys know I lived on a pig farm?
You did? Did you ever kill a pig?
No, but I adopted one because, okay, at the time, my stepfather,
Who's going to silence your alarms, Clarice?
I don't know if you know this about baby piggies, but they clip their tails off.
Yeah.
So that other pigs don't bite them off as adults, and then they bleed out that way.
Oh.
So they clip them as babies, and I remember I was 3.5, and I was bawling because I saw it for the first time. So I adopted one pig, and my stepdad let me keep one pig for like 6 months, and then I couldn't find him because he eventually clipped his tail off too.
So you got lied to about that pig.
I got bamboozled.
Well, there's certain things to talk about, but we got to start with this.
There we go.
So the confrontation for the second time. Aaron walked in the second inning. He means the tying run at the plate now. So we'll see what Downing does. Al at the belt delivers, and he's low. Ball one. And that just adds to the pressure. The crowd booing. Downing has to ignore the sound effects and stay a professional and pitch his game. 1 ball and no strikes. Aaron waiting. The outfield deep and straight away. Fastball is a high drive into deep left center field. Buckner goes back to the fence. It is gone.
Was that Billy Buckner at the fence? Wow.
Just playing left field.
That's when he still had knees.
This is the best call right here that Vin's going to say here in a second. Vin Scully on the call, by the way. We're listening to Hank Aaron's 715th home run that he hit April 19. I know it was 1974.
What a
Before
marvelous moment for baseball.
altering drugs.
What a marvelous moment for Atlanta and the state of Georgia. What a marvelous moment for the country and the world. A black man is getting a standing ovation in the Deep South for breaking a record of an all-time baseball idol. And it is a great moment for all of us, and particularly for Henry Aaron, who was met at home plate not only by every member of the Braves, but by his father and mother.
Aw.
He threw his arms around his father, and as he left the home plate area, his mother came running across the grass.
So earlier today, at 85? Yeah,
86.
86. He would have been 87 next month. Hank Aaron, all-time, well,
no longer the all-time home run leader, but the one that we've recognized for years, depending on how you want to look at it, too. And if you do steroids or whatever else, I mean, some people do, some people don't, But it's an incredible moment.
Still the all-time leader in ribbies and total bases.
Yes.
I don't think that's ever going to be surpassed.
Yeah. And so the crazy thing about that is if you watch it, and we've all seen it, the highlights, but, he was getting death threats during that time, in the offseason, because that was in April. So season just started. I think it was like the 4th game into the season or 5th. And all offseason, he was getting death threats. And then he comes around second, so he's right around shortstop, and 2 white guys come running up from behind him. And he says back now, when he recalled it, he said he doesn't really remember it. It was all so surreal, but he doesn't remember the 2 guys. But they came running to congratulate him, where I would have just gotten to the fetal position. But they've been like, no, get away from me, Whitey. But
that's racist.
I don't care. Yeah, so that's the crazy part. Vin Scully on the call, and I mean, the guy is obviously he's in the top 3 of all time. I mean, the numbers alone that he has there. Some of the things they have on here, the MLB did a nice write-up on him.
One of the greats.
He only won 1 MVP award, only won 1 World Series title. He was 4th in Rookie of the Year voting, but he got shortened up because of a broken ankle, and really only got his job, the starting job, in left field because Bobby Thompson got hurt.
Shot heard around the world.
Yeah, the guy who did shot heard around the world. So, his only World Series was in 1957, and they had a rematch in '58, and the Yankees ended up winning that one. So, and that's so. It's a loss of a legend, and to look back on that in 1974. Which, I mean, I wasn't alive yet, but, I mean, and you think about that. I actually thought the first time when I heard Vin Scully earlier today, that call, and I'm like, a black man. Like, we can say, you know what I'm saying? You kind of say,
you
like...
You were allowed to say things that you are not allowed to say now. It would be offensive.
You can say, I mean,
I still say it because I don't find it offensive. I'm a white woman. You can say that.
I'm not going to get into race. Sometimes people say African American. Some people say black man. I don't. I don't really. But I just.
But they're not African American. They're American.
What Vin Scully was pointing out when he was saying that, it was
in the Deep South,
the irony of what was happening at the time.
Yeah,
I mean, it was 74 still. I mean, there was a lot of things that had recently just changed.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, for sure.
I mean, you're 5 years removed from. Or 6 years removed from the Martin Luther King assassination, right?
Civil rights, yep.
So I mean, just saying that's a very short time, a lot of things. So,
like
obviously, a lot of things I think have changed for the better in the last.
Some for the better, some for the worse. Absolutely,
close to 50 years. But hey,
Muhammad Ali said he's the only man he looked up to more than himself.
Why is that not surprising?
And then afterwards, Hank Aaron said that after the home run champ, he called Jackie Robinson to thank him. What do you think about Muhammad Ali?
What do I think about him?
Yes.
Well, he's gone now, but he had a great birthday.
I'm sorry, what?
Him and I shared the same birthday.
Oh my goodness. I'm talking about him as like a, just not as a boxer, obviously, we know he was amazing. But, like, what do you think about, because there's all this speculation about people dodging the draft and stuff like that, and Muhammad Ali converted to Islam to avoid...
That's not true.
The draft. That is true. You can look that up.
It wasn't to avoid the draft. He said, I have no problem in no Viet Cong, is what he said. Why do I have to go over there?
Then why did he convert immediately
because
after he got deferred
He
for the
had
draft?
a relationship with Malcolm X.
Do you really, truly believe that he would change to Islam a week after he was deferred for the draft?
Yeah.
Yes.
Just for no reason?
Why would that matter? Why can't someone just change religion? Why would that have to do with it?
It's the timing of it.
But Lee, if you look back at it, he was already converting.
And no, it's not just him that does it. And you know what? Here's my thing on it. I don't think the draft should be in play. I don't think it should exist. So anybody doing anything to avoid it,
there isn't a draft.
There is still a draft.
No, there's
when
not.
You turn 18, you can still go sign up for the draft, and it's still there. And it's still there.
But they don't draft anymore, Leah.
No, they haven't. But it's still there, and it's still available to happen.
Yeah,
they can still use it if they want to. You just have to be signed up for it.
Well, again, a legend. It sucks, but
Yeah, he's one
you
of
know,
the
it's something to celebrate instead of it's this time when there's so much going on, and we are going to talk a little bit later about some of the cancellation that might be looming in the future. Iowa really crapped the bed last night against Indiana, but like Fran will go on to say,
22% shooting in the second.
yeah, what Fran would go on to say is that it just shows how deep the league is. That on any given night, a team in the Big Ten can do what Indiana did to Iowa. I guess the big thing is Bohannon being 0 for 9 after his fight with the meter lady. I don't know. That's people need to relax.
Wait,
and say,
what?
like, he got Jordan Bohannon went on like Wednesday and at like 10:45 to get his COVID test at Carver, and he paid the meter till 11:22, and by 11:25 the meter lady was there giving him a ticket.
Okay, first of all, Iowa City meter maids are like
That's
they're
what he's
on it.
So he was on Twitter, and then people like take it to a whole new level of like, because he's like, I declare war on this, and they were like, in this day and age, this is not a war thing.
You've ever been to Iowa City?
1, 2,
Which y'all
3,
have?
4. I declare a thumb war.
Yeah.
So, but that was the Iowa
They're
game, and
underpaid.
it was
They're on it.
and
You don't mind.
In this
But-
day and age, listen, get the F out of here.
In
That-
2020 continued.
that girl that responded to him, I let her know how dumb she was.
So, and obviously we have the games to look at. We got to guess against the spread, money line, and over unders. You did bring up Muhammad Ali, though. What did you think of him outside of that? I mean, right now we have someone that's similar to him. We have a Conor McGregor. We have someone who talks the talk.
He's daddy.
And the thing about this,
Not my daddy.
The weird thing about Muhammad Ali is, if you see some of his old interviews, they're a lot like Gorgeous George. And Gorgeous George was a professional wrestler
Well,
who
Was gorgeous? Was he gorgeous?
Yeah.
but
Was he?
Didn't Ali got that from him? I believe
the whole thing. I'm
yeah.
so pretty and everything
Yeah.
else. Yeah, So like the art of talking like this always comes from professional wrestling promo.
Yeah.
And so and a lot of people have said that Conor McGregor has gotten it from Ric Flair.
It's showmanship.
Yes, and he's got his fight this weekend. These guys, this is their second fight. Last time they fought was in 2014. McGregor knocked him out in the first round.
And
So
he'll do it again.
yeah. So that fight will be that's UFC 257, and it's in Abu Dhabi.
Okay, so who do you have?
I've been to
you have
Abu Dhabi.
McGregor, or you have
Abu Dhabi's.
It's
beautiful.
McGregor's the heavy favorite. He's minus 300. So basically, you have to bet 300 to win
and
100.
people hate on him so much because of his presence and his theatrics and everything like that. And I get it, but you have to look at his history. He's still with a woman that was with him when he was poor, and they lived on the streets. They
Yeah.
were homeless for months, and she was with him for that ride. So there's something there. There's some moral fiber in there somewhere. Just
I don't have a problem with them either way, to be honest with you. And the thing is I won't watch this either. I'm just, it's not my thing.
Is it pay-per-view though?
Yeah, it is. But you can go to the Rhythm City room and go to the Rhythm room up at Rhythm City Casino and go watch it for free.
Yeah, I'll just wait until the YouTube videos come out.
Yeah.
So I always do.
But it's just not, UFC's just never really been my thing. Like it's not like I don't think I've ever. I know I've never purchased a pay-per-view.
No.
And I don't think when like Buffalo Wild Wings would do it, and there's a cover
isn't
charge. I don't think
this
it
isn't as exciting as him having a rematch with the guy that beat him, the last guy that beat him. That
Khabib.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, that would be
Yeah.
To me, that would be worthwhile. This obviously this is a guy he's already beaten pretty easily. So
Yeah.
Plus that Khabib fight, and all the hysterics afterwards.
Do you think it's a money grab though?
What, this fight
Mm-hmm.
for him?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I don't know. I mean,
said-
if he's going to get paid to fight. I mean, I don't fault any guy that can
Well,
still get
no,
in the ring and do
for
it. And I
sure.
don't think it's a money grab. No,
You don't
I
think
really
so?
don't. No. I
Well,
mean,
he retired, but now what I'm reading is that he says he wants to fight. What is it's a ridiculous amount.
I mean, how old is he right now?
Who?
He's
McGregor.
they're both 32 years old. Both of them.
Wow. They
I mean,
both
he
look
doesn't
older
have
than that.
he doesn't have much time left really to fight. To be honest with you, I mean,
No.
the your shelf life in the UFC is a lot shorter than
He wants to fight
than any other sport.
It's your late 30s.
I mean, he wants.
I mean, to
why
do
is
it at a level
Interesting.
where you're fighting the guys that are young. I mean, it's very.
hard on your body.
Yeah, and it's a young. I mean, if Militich was here, he'd tell you too. I mean, it's a young man's sport. I mean, it
Well,
certainly
look how
is.
they all move when they're in their 40s and 50s. They're all, you can tell they've taken a beating in their careers. So it's obvious that it's not easy.
I mean, 32 is still young. I'm not saying that's old, but I mean, as for his sport, yeah. I mean, we've seen a lot of the guys come and go throughout the years. I mean, whether it was, I remember, Hughes used to be dominant, and it took a while, and then finally, that St. Pierre got him. I mean, that was the one. That was back when I really more watched UFC, and that was a while back. So
I stopped watching it too.
But, and then you had, like Anderson Silva had a stretch there where he was the baddest man on the planet. But as you get older, I mean, you just don't have a lot of time in that sport, really.
I don't know. Someone can tell me. There you go. All right, so this is what it was. McGregor wants to fight 7 times in the next 18 months. So just under once every 3 months. So he thinks he's got, in the next year and a half, he's got 7 more fights in him.
That's a nice goal. Aim high. I don't know if that's possible.
Well, he's got to win this, and then we got to,
But
fight.
is a month and a half in between like enough to
Is he
heal
gonna fight Khabib?
from?
I don't know. I would assume that's what he's going for, or whatever
Anybody
else.
on the comment thread think anything on that?
They might
I
know,
mean,
I
maybe
don't know.
they watch it more than I do.
The other news, locally wise, at the Iowa High School Athletic Association released yesterday, there will be no changes to the state wrestling tournament.
Yay.
Yeah. Except for attendance.
It's hugely.
Except for attendance.
Is it huge?
Very huge.
Well,
I
kind
don't
of.
know anything about it.
But, I mean, we talked about it with Koss when we had him on last Thursday.
Yeah.
And we were trying to figure out how it would work, and we both kind of were breaking it down, and I'm like...
Koss said even then, he was like, I don't think they can fit like one weight class, one division in a day.
Because you can only wrestle 5 times daily, and if you come back through the loser's bracket, there's a possibility you wrestle 6 times.
So they had to keep it the same way.
Yeah, so the duels will be on Wednesday, and then they'll break down different classes. But the ticket prices are up. I think it goes to, I don't know how they're going to break it down. They were saying something like, if you, however many you qualify, then they'll kind of get the tickets from there. But it'll break the streak of sellouts, of the sellout for the state wrestling tournament.
Good.
Well,
What do
technically,
you mean good? We've been doing it for like 55 years. We've had a sellout.
I'm from Illinois. So.
Jay, well, here's the deal. If you think about it, if they're only allowing a certain amount of people in, then you did sell out.
Yeah,
So I would say, on a technicality, you sold out all the seats available.
we sold half as much as usual, but we sold out.
I'll allow it.
We've sold out all the seats available. That's a sellout.
That's right. I'll allow
Whether
it.
the arena capacity is to full max is not the issue here.
Exactly.
It's a sellout is a sellout.
The
Right,
other,
Huggy Bear?
yeah, the
He's a
other
sellout.
thing is that they've announced they're adding another class to the high school football.
Oh, is this the thing that we
It'll
talked
go up to
about
Class
like a year
5A
ago?
now.
Yeah. So certain teams are going to be bumped to 5A.
Yeah, by enrollment, right?
Right. So what is that going to do to Bettendorf and PV are going to go to 5A?
I would assume so.
North Scott will stay 4A?
North Scout was 3A. They won the state championship in
that's
3A.
right. Gee,
Assumption's 3A, and then,
Ooh.
Bettendorf was 4A before. So you have your Valley, you have your Ankeneys. Those are all very well populated. I don't know if this will leave like your Council Bluffs down in 4A.
Well, I'm sure it's going to leave Muscatine in 4A.
It'll leave Muscatine in 4A.
Clinton.
Definitely. Burlington will be, if not even 3A by now. Burlington will definitely stay 4A. Clinton should stay 4A. It will be
Davenport
interesting.
schools,
They're big. They have more enrollment than they do in Bettendorf.
so they'll go to
They
5A.
can't be at
They
5A.
can't
More population,
compete.
though.
No.
They can't compete.
Hi, Lance. I
Yeah.
can't comment because I'm blocked on
Yeah.
Facebook.
So those are things to keep an
Again,
eye
or
on.
Just like still continuing.
Still,
Again.
All right, I didn't know.
there'll be 36 teams in each class. In Class 5A, Class 4A, 16 teams will make the playoffs. So just under half will make the playoffs.
So if there's how many teams? 36.
Yeah, that's what it said. That'll be the.
So you think the 2 Waterloo schools are going to go to 5A?
That's an interesting question. Where is it at here?
Well, you think if Clinton is, they would. You would think. Cedar Falls obviously goes to 5A.
If Cedar Falls goes to 5A, Bettendorf goes to 5A.
Cedar Falls, Bet.
36 teams, 9 regular season games, 16 playoff qualifiers.
What, Cedar Rapids, Jefferson, Kennedy, right? And Washington?
Yeah, I mean, Does Dowling have the attendance? Or do they just move them up just to move them up? Valley has it. Ankeny has it. Ankeny Centennial has it.
So we got Valley, Ankeny Centennial. We'll just say Dowling.
Southeast Polk. They've got to have it.
Yeah.
Are we at? Where are we at now?
Well, right there, I'm at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Did you have Bettendorf on there?
Yeah, I got.
And you could throw the Dab.
I got. Yeah, all right. Then
Okay,
let's throw the
North, I
Davenport,
don't think North goes up there, but I think Central and West do. I think they have the enrollment.
So we'll go Central and West for Davenport. Sioux City, you probably have to put Heeland. And there's another Sioux City, right?
So the new classification will be Class 5A, adding an 11-player group to reduce the disparity in enrollment in the Iowa High School Athletic Association's largest class of football.
What about the 2 Iowa City schools?
City West, yes.
Yeah.
City High, I think.
All right.
I'm serious. We're leaving off the western side of Iowa. I think.
I just put Sioux City Heeland in for sure, but there's another Sioux City school.
No, there's Sioux City North. There's Sioux City. There's Sioux City North. There's is there a West? I don't think so. There's not East.
North.
I don't know if Heeland has it, buddy.
Well, all right, question mark on that. But there at least is one Sioux City school. It's going to be.
You can do it. I mean, you can figure it out.
What about Dubuque? Anything in Dubuque?
Wahlert stays down. Hempstead over Senior. So, because Hempstead grew out to the west,
right?
Where Senior still kind of stays landlocked with, going north, and then you run into. Yeah, they're landlocked.
We got Cedar Falls, Cedar Rapids, Waterloo. All right, we'll just say Waterloo East and West.
Mm-hmm.
Just to be. Council Tucky, anything there?
Glancy said DM Roosevelt. What's that?
Des Moines
Roosevelt. See, that's
all right,
where
I'll put it in.
Yeah.
See where we're at. All right,
because then you have your rail splitters.
I mean, anything Mason City? No.
Nope. Not Charles City, not Mason City, not West Delaware, Manchester, not Western Dubuque, Epworth.
You guys know your Iowa.
It's when you go to this mini-state wrestling tournament, you hear every school.
I've never even heard of
Council
half of these.
Bluffs, right? One of them.
I don't. Thomas Jefferson or Lewis Central. I just don't think it's. You would.
Where am I at right now? Where was that before? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
They're gonna take they're gonna like waive the enrollment when they're.
I'm at like 21 right now, so there's got to be.
Yeah. So some don't make it, some do. Whatever else.
If you said there's gonna be 36, we're missing out on something.
Oh, we can look up the.
I mean, the Dubuque schools. Somebody's gonna have to go more than just Hempstead then.
What about Waukee?
Waukee is up there too, because you've got your Des Moines areas.
Yeah, Waukee. There's more than.
This is. I mean, it's good, more participation or whatever else, but it is a cash money grab, and it's more of those things like, the Des Moines schools win it all the time.
They have the most money.
Bigger population, yeah, they do have the money. All right, let's take a break. We made it just about 8 minutes longer than we normally do at the beginning of the hour. So let's take a break. We got to do some things quick. T-Roy's got some things he's got to take care of. We got a quick, compact show. And so let's take our quick break.
Locally owned and operated and rocking like Don Dockin. Since 1934, Tri-City Equipment, Leah, is your source for restaurant equipment and value.
I know that's
Remember,
right.
you can get anything there. Kitchen cookware, cooking equipment, refrigeration, utensils, tableware, you name it. Everything is guaranteed. If you're looking to cater your event or you want to get something for your home chef, check them out online, my dear. TriCityEquipment.com. Or you can stop down to 527 West 4th Street in Davenport and look at their great showroom with 1,600 items in stock.
Beautiful showroom.
Hey, did you know they deliver to all Quad City residents?
I did know that.
And they match online pricing.
Which you can't beat.
That's right. Remember, give them a call, 563-322-5382 if you have any questions. Showroom hours, 8 to 5, Monday through Friday. That's Tri-City Equipment, 527 West 4th Street in Davenport.
The Rock says he's going to make your Rudy Poo candy ass famous.
You like that? You like that?
Give me a hell yeah. I said give me a hell yeah.
This is Adam Rosso from Hawkeye Headquarters, and you are listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local.
Listen up, football fans. I've got the perfect way to make the playoffs even more exciting this weekend. It's called a same-game parlay bet, and they're only available on FanDuel Sportsbook. A same-game parlay bet lets you combine multiple bets from a single game for an even bigger win during the third round. You can combine the money line, the over-under, and player props all in one parlay. And best of all, FanDuel is letting you protect your parlay. That's right. You can place a 3+ same-game parlay and get up to $25 back if you fall one leg short with same-game parlay insurance. The playoffs are a perfect time to give one a shot. It's just one of the many ways to win on FanDuel. Fast withdrawals when you win. FanDuel pays your winnings in as little as 24 hours. Product features, multi-game parlay, and same-game parlay ops so you can get a massive payout on a small bet. If you haven't already, just download the FanDuel Sportsbook app and sign up to get started. And use my promo code Trevor at sign-up. That's promo code Trevor at sign-up. If you're a current customer, then you're all set. Go check out same-game parlays only available on FanDuel Sportsbook. 21 plus and present in Iowa. Refund issued as non-withdrawable site credit that expires in 7 days. Max refund $10. Terms apply. See sportsbook.fanduel.com for details. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-BETS-OFF.
Connecting the rails. More from the Iowa Almanac in a moment.
Thanksgiving hockey is a special Waterloo tradition. Take a nostalgic look back in the new commemorative book, 50 Thanksgivings, Waterloo's Hockey Holiday. Featuring dozens of photos, 50 Thanksgivings tells the story of each holiday game and includes a foreword by fan favorite Ryan Papa. 50 Thanksgivings, Waterloo's Hockey Holiday, available now from TotallyIowa.com.
The middle part of the 1800s saw the growth of railroad construction in America. Lines connecting various points in Iowa to one another aided in transporting goods and people. But it was the building of the Transcontinental Railroad that spurred completion of the main rail lines in our state. The two major Iowa lines, the Cedar Rapids and Missouri River Railroad and the Mississippi and Missouri, each wanted to be the connecting link between the Union Pacific to the west and the Chicago to the east. Under the leadership of promoter John Blair, the CR and MR moved ahead, starting west of Boone in late 1865, reaching Denison by the next spring, then continuing to move westward the rest of that year. Finally, crews laid the last rail in front of the new station in Council Bluffs on this date in 1867. And with that, Council Bluffs had a complete rail route eastward to Chicago. It would be another 2 years before Leland Stanford drove the ceremonial Golden Spike into the Utah ground, joining the rails of the original Transcontinental Railroad. But it was on this date in 1867 that Council Bluffs became the eastern terminus of the first Transcontinental Railroad, when the last spike was driven and the rail line from there to Chicago was completed. And that's Iowa Almanac for January 22nd. More online at iowaalmanac.com. Follow us on Twitter at Iowa Almanac. I'm Jeff Stein.
If you own a small business, you know how hard it can be to find new customers. But maybe you're unaware of new tools that can help your business stand out. Go to getlocalcustomersnow.com for a free market competitive analysis that will show you what other businesses are doing to find new customers and how you can do it too. There's no cost and no obligation. Be one of the first business owners to sign up and receive $500 in free advertising on this station. Get started today. Visit getlocalcustomersnow.com. That's getlocalcustomersnow.com.
Ace Muffler Clinic has been serving the Quad Cities area for over 60 years. There's a reason why our customers continue to trust us with their vehicles. We can fix almost anything. We can fix your muffler, tune your brakes, change your oil, change your tires, replace your battery, customize your exhaust, tune your engine, repair your suspension, replace your radiator and your water pump. Align your automobile, refill your transmission fluid, and change your filters. And we believe in doing all those things right the first time. For fast, friendly service, visit Ace Muffler Clinic at 4th Ave and 15th Street in Rock Island.
Follow us on Facebook at ESPN 1170 AM. We are the Quad Cities sports leader, ESPN 1170.
Thanks for tuning in on this beautiful frigid Friday, and you're listening to Don't Hassle So Local, keeping you hot with our hot takes.
We've got a lot, so keep that we're not going to be able to unpack because you have somewhere to be.
Correct.
So keep your notes for what you wanted to do for Monday, okay?
Correct. I got them here.
But we do need to pick the games against the spread, the over-unders, all that fun stuff, and talk about to preview the NFC and the AFC Championship. This is on the NFC game. It is 2:05 kickoff. It will be the first playoff matchup between Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady. They have shared 80 years between them on this earth. Brady is making his records, extending 44th playoff start. He's 32-11 during this run. This is also his 14th conference championship. He is 9-4 in those. Rodgers is 12-8 in the playoffs.
AJ.
Yeah.
You and I have shared more time on earth than they have.
That's right. That's true. He has been in 4 conference championship games, but he has only gone 1-3, with just 6 touchdowns in those games against 7 interceptions. There'll be 9,000 people in attendance here. The line right now is Green Bay -3. The over-under is at 51.5.
So that hasn't changed.
No.
At all, I believe.
And I know we said this on Monday. We've said it before. This
Actually,
is
it opened up at 51, so it's gone up a half point on the over.
This is Rodgers' first conference championship game at Lambeau.
Lambeau. Dr. Jared
These
Lambeau.
2 teams were some of the highest scoring teams in the NFL. 2020 was the highest scoring season in NFL history. It's also the lowest. The average was 3.7 punts per game in the NFL this year. And that's the lowest of all time. The Packers led the league in points. They had a top 10 passing and rushing attack. The Bucs just scored 17 fewer points in Green Bay this season. But the disparaging thing is they had the number two passing, but they had the number 28 ground game. So, last week, Brady versus Breeze was the most watched TV broadcast since last year's Super Bowl. I think this one will probably get ahead of that one as well. This is the afternoon game. -3. Where are we going with this?
Obviously, I predicted Tampa to win this early, but and Eddie eloquently puts it, Antonio Brown is out now for this game.
Yes, that's right.
I mean, that is a factor. I mean, he's been a huge contributor to that offense as of late. I mean, they still have a ton of weapons. This is going to be a battle. I think this will be a 1-point game. I'm going to take Tampa Bay to cover.
You're going to take... Okay, yeah, obviously 1-point game. All right. Now the other thing is, where's your head end up on what the score is going to be?
31-30.
Okay. So 31-30 gets you the over. That's where I'm trying to get to, too, because I do believe it's going to be over as well. And 51.5 isn't going to get me there if I do 27-24 and it's a push.
Do we know what the weather's going to be?
It's actually supposed to be fine.
Okay.
From what I read, the weather's supposed to be just fine. So it's not too bad. Yeah, I'm taking Green Bay to cover. And I'm going to take the over, and it's just barely going to get there at 28-24.
All right, you got Green Bay winning?
Yeah.
I do too.
Yeah. So,
who do you got winning the other game?
Which game?
The AFC
Chiefs?
Championship game will be played at 5:40 in the afternoon. That'll be on CBS. The line is Kansas City -3. The over-under is 54.
Mm-hmm.
There's going to be 16,000 people allowed to attend this game. These guys are 25, and Patrick Mahomes is 25 years old. Josh Allen is 24. So they're just slightly younger than the other two who will be doing the... Maybe that's why they give them the morning game, the afternoon game.
Those
they have
two
to go to bed.
combined haven't been on Earth as long as me.
That's right. Maybe they... There you go.
I get it.
Maybe that's why they gave the old guys the early game, because they got to go to bed.
Old guys got to go to bed.
Yeah.
I go to bed a lot earlier now than I ever used to.
I go to bed at like 7:30. Me and the kids always watch. We're watching the Harry Potter series right now. Corral would be so proud.
She would, yeah. Mahomes is 5-1 in his playoff career with 18 total touchdowns against his 2 interceptions.
Pretty good stats.
Yeah, his only loss was the January 2019 game against Brady's Patriots. This is Josh Allen's 4th postseason game, and he has yet to throw an interception. But the thing is what his legs is a big deal. He's one of just 9 players and the only QB with 25 rushing TDs since 2018. The other thing to point out is Mahomes is still under concussion protocol.
Mm-hmm.
But he's the last 2 days he's taken not like majority of the snaps.
Did you see the meme where they put him in Bernie's outfit where he's sitting with his mittens sitting and he goes, it's just Mahomes waiting for protocol to be over so he can play in the next game?
I did not see that.
Oh, it was the best. These memes are just
pretty good.
You sent me that one and I died.
Well, that's from the meme maker, Eddie.
Yeah, the Chiefs.
Eddie's the meme maker.
You're talented, buddy.
The Chiefs have scored the 6th most points and had the NFL's best passing offense, but the last time they won by more than 6 points was all the way back in Week 8. The Bills scored more points than every team outside of Green Bay, and Stephon Diggs has been a great addition for them, obviously. We also pointed out that this is the Chiefs. This will be their 3rd time hosting a conference championship game. The last team to do that was the Philadelphia Eagles, also coached by Big Red, Andy Reid.
He is Big Red, isn't he?
Yes, he is. So how are we going with this?
That's it.
-3,
Brad,
Kansas City.
Thanks, Brad.
Thanks, Fred.
The over-under is 54.
Under.
They score a lot of points.
I know they do, but I'm going to guess it's
What's
going to
the
be...
over-under?
54.
Over.
No, under. 51. Not much under, but under.
Mm.
And this has gone up a point, by the way.
Okay. I like the over because I like this to be somewhere in the 30s, both teams. But I am taking the Bills and the points.
You're taking the Bills over...
Yes, I am.
Are you...
I had if you go
You're
back...
just going to throw our friendship away?
No, it's not nothing to do with that. Because if you go back to the beginning when we did our entire predicted the brackets, although it didn't work out that way, I had Baltimore beating Kansas City in divisional round and Buffalo beating Baltimore.
And you guys call me the conspiracy theorist.
So if that's the way, if that's the way it would work, if A is better than B and B is better than, you know what I'm talking about here?
Yeah, sounds like a conspiracy to
me. A
me.
is better than B and B is better than C. Then I don't know. C is better. C is better than B. C is better than A.
Yes, I have Kansas City winning
That's a
because
shocker.
I'm not a conspiracy theorist.
It's going to be 36-32 Buffalo.
You're not taking the Chiefs either?
That's a strange, like...
I'm taking the Bucks, too.
Do you remember when, like...
I feel so betrayed right now.
Do you remember, like, when they would do, like, the NFL rundown and it would be Chris Berman, and he would always have, like, the strangest scores?
Yeah.
He'd be like, I got the Buccaneers 22 and Green Bay's 15. Like, what? Those are strange scores that you just came up with. Yeah, it was always, like, goofy like that. Like, you just had... What'd you just say, 36?
32.
36-32, yeah, that's...
I think it's going to be 36-32 Chiefs.
Now you're going over.
No. Yes. Hold on, I got to add real quick. You know what? Here's the thing. Wait, you guys. I did first grade math this morning for like 2 hours.
Yeah,
so.
how hard was it?
My brain is fried. 17 minus 8 is what? I mean, I can't tell you how many times I said that over and over.
Right.
Yeah.
I thought I saw something smoking when you walked in.
Oh, I'm just burnt out with this whole homeschooling thing.
I bet.
God bless his little heart too. He's like 7. I'm like, Cooper, you're not even thinking. Like, oh, I just.
He's done. He's done too. That's when he's just doing that. Yeah.
Burnt out. He's so burnt out.
I started teaching Hazel how to add with her hands. I go, if you got 5,
That's what I do.
and you got 2, and you put them together, what does that make?
Now do 17 though. That confuses.
Well, you gotta pull out your toes.
No,
Yeah.
we do Fruit Loops. We use Fruit Loops,
Yeah,
and then
perfect.
we do
Yeah.
that. But then he eats them, and then we don't have enough to do the next.
Yeah. No.
Parenting is fun.
Hazel's pretty good. She already knows that 2 and 2 makes 4.
Yeah, she's a little smarty pants. She'll be just
She's
fine.
a smart ass, all right. I mean, pants, all right.
She's her father's
So
daughter.
have you gotten to that point when you're teaching to when you ask a question and then they go 7 and you go, are you asking me or telling me?
No, I just go, see, I don't have that. Here's the thing. My kids were like super advanced at 3 because I had all the patience in the world because they're at 3. Now that they're 6 and 10, when they're just obstinate to be obstinate, I'm like, you know what? I have to walk away right now because you're not even trying. I don't have the patience. God bless elementary school teachers. I don't know how they do it. I don't, because they want to get it over with. They're at that, like, us at the last 15 minutes of our shift at any job. You just want to get out.
Mm-hmm.
That's them the entire time now with homeschooling.
It depends on if I was salary or hourly.
They're not getting paid for this, and neither am I.
I used to love to stay and work some overtime back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
It's they're burnout. They're done with it. They're going back to school on Monday. In
Full-time?
school, they don't have full time in Illinois.
Oh,
Hold on. So you're sending them back now?
Well, it's not my choice. They asked me if they could because they miss their friends. So
Fair. Yeah.
my kids get, if they want that, I'm going to give that to them.
And I know I brought this up, I think yesterday, that Bettendorf believes they're going to be full time by February, mid-February.
Mm-hmm. Isn't that weird? Did you just see that the WHO just announced that all the testing was inaccurate?
I don't listen to me.
How does the rock band know what it's talking about?
The WHO, yeah.
I don't know, but they obviously run the government.
There's too many things that I've read that contradict that. I just don't do whatever. But
it's panning out the way that I predicted that it would pan out.
I just don't understand why they just told us for the third quarter. You know, you just plan on doing it, and now all of a sudden they're like, "Well, we think we'll have all the vaccinations in Scott County by this time."
The kids have the choice. They're going to go for a week, and if they like it, they're going to stay. If not,
no. Well, good that you give them the choice, though.
I gave them. They're little people, man. They get a say. They have a voice.
Now I need to look up when I might have some work to do. Now I need to look up when the talent show was, because if they go back and there's a talent show back on. Because I got some things I got to do.
We have
for
nothing
Ben.
back on.
I got to.
Ben, last time he was in a talent show,
he killed it.
He rocked it.
Yeah. Yes, and real quick, one more thing. We get to do a parent corner, or whatever else. So I was very proud of my daughter. She had a volleyball game last night, and she's legit.
She's like the best server in the world.
Is she tall? She's not tall.
She was always, both of them, like, I don't know who their dad is. Both of them in the top, like, 70. Both of them have always been in the top 75%, but now the kids are starting to catch up to her.
Well, girls grow faster.
Yeah.
See, Lyric's short,
Jay,
and
there's
Cooper.
no doubt those are your kids.
Yeah, I know.
Cooper's super tall, and I'm supposed to be 5'10". If I didn't have scoliosis, my doctor said I would be 5'10". So I'm tall, genetically.
Okay.
But I'm only 5'7" because I have scoliosis and my back is curved. Cooper is tall. He's taller than everybody in his class.
Her legs are strong, Mr. Gump.
Yeah.
Stronger than I ever seen, but her back is crooked as a
Lyric
politician.
is short. She's like a little. She's my little. I call her my little meatball.
So the problem, like, when we do like when we had them, the winter sing or whatever else, and my kids are like in the third row or second row, and I'm like, oh, this is ridiculous, because I always had to be in the front because I'm short.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like,
you're not short. You're average.
I'm angry about everything. I'm like, they'll never be issued number one, and when you get the Little League uniform, because it goes small to extra large. And I'm like, this is ridiculous. And then I see him up there, and I'm like, I see Sophie's 5 head because I have one, and I'm like, okay. And then I see Ben's ears, and I'm like, okay, they're mine.
They're mine. Yeah.
I blame wrestling. All right, we got to take a break. T-Roy's got to get out of here. He's got to take care of some things.
Us?
Yes.
Sorry,
well, we got some things.
I miss you guys,
we're going to talk about.
I know you missed me, but don't lie.
We're going to talk about the Olympics. We're going to talk about the possibility of cancellations that are coming up, and a few things more. So,
what cancellations for what?
Well, the Olympics are kind of in a weird state right now.
You think we're having the Olympics right now?
I don't think we're having the Olympics.
I don't think we're
Leah,
having
all
the
I know is you need to stop going to your social media stuff and asking everybody.
I can't
where
go
you're
to
gonna
my
get
social media stuff. I'm banned.
Oh, well then, hey, guess what? You can't get banned from Locals Love Us.
What's the website?
LocalsLoveUs.com.
Perfect.
You click on Quad Cities and browse your favorites. It's easy to use and even rank the most popular political things for you.
I need it. Thank you.
There you go. That's Locals Love Us, Leah's guide to the best.
This is Coach AC Earl. Don't hassle us, we're local.
The playoffs are my favorite time of the year. I can't wait to bet all the action this weekend on FanDuel Sportsbook. And if you've never tried FanDuel before, the playoffs are a perfect time to give it a shot. Because right now, new users get an exclusive 25-1 odds boost on any team to win during the third round this weekend. That's right, 25-1 odds. Any team, any playoff game this weekend. 25-1 odds on the Chiefs looks great, going for 2 this year. So don't miss out on this exclusive offer. I've been betting football on FanDuel all season long. Fast withdrawals when you win. FanDuel pays your winnings in as little as 24 hours. Range of betting options, player props, futures. Find whatever bet you're looking for, as FanDuel have heaps of options. Just download the FanDuel Sportsbook app and use promo code Trevor so they know I sent you. That's FanDuel Sportsbook, promo code Trevor. 21 plus and present in Iowa. New users only. Must wager on designated boost market. Deposit required. Max bonus $125. See full terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-BETS-OFF.
Hey, Quad Cities, it's Jaybird with Don't Hassle Us, We're Local.
Get your local sports talk 12 to 2 with me, T-Roy, Bomber, and Surge. Download the station app to listen to us anywhere, and like us on social media to join in the conversation. Plus, when you sign up to be an ESPN Insider, you'll get access to all of our great contests and everything that's going on at ESPN1170am.com. Brought to you by Necker's Jewelers, where the Quad Cities gets engaged. We are the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170.
The Max Kellerman Show.
Like, who was that, Greeny, who said the time to say about personal pride was weeks ago? I mean, I understand what he's saying. He's not wrong. It's fine, but I don't think it would have made a difference. Keyshawn saying they started Foles and it's no good. I disagree. The issue is one thing with Chicago. They have no offensive line, period. That's the whole problem. No offensive line. They have a thin receiving core, it's true, but no offensive line. If I had to design a football team, and I have like 10 spots where I can put all my resources, right? Where am I going to put all my resources? Like, what 10 spots do I want covered out of a roster of 50, right? I want a stud quarterback, of course, everyone does. My next 5 spots will be stud offensive linemen.
The Max Kellerman Show. Weekdays at 2 on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170.
I'm Ari Wolf with NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network. The Eagles have found their new head coach in former Colts OC Nick Sirianni, according to NFL Network's Ian Rappaport, Mike Garafolo, and Tom Pelissero. Sirianni spent the last 2 seasons in Indianapolis under Frank Reich. Chiefs offensive coordinator Eric Bieniemy said Thursday he'd like to become an NFL head coach someday, but remains focused on the goals the Chiefs are trying to accomplish this season. The Texans have the final head coaching vacancy remaining and have reportedly expressed interest. Patrick Mahomes is still in the concussion protocol, but took the majority of snaps at practice on Thursday. Head coach Andy Reid said Mahomes feels good, but will continue to follow the protocol. Bucs wideout Antonio Brown will be a game-time decision Sunday against the Packers. AB dealing with a knee injury suffered in last week's win against the Saints. And former Washington quarterback Dwayne Haskins has signed a 1-year deal with the Steelers. This has been NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network.
Frank's Red Hot is the perfect blend of flavor and heat. That's why you can use an entire bottle to make buffalo chicken dip, the kind you might make for when you're watching the game at home. And maybe this year there's less people around to watch the game with. Yay! But that just means there's more dip, and it's all for you. Some of you may say, that's too much dip, but deep down in your heart of hearts, you know it isn't. So go ahead, finish it. Frank's Red Hot don't judge. Frank's Red Hot. I put that on everything.
Hindsight is 20/20. 2020 was a brutal year with a lot we couldn't control. Pandemic, economy, unemployment. What can we control? Our job, our career. Don't look back with 2020 hindsight next year and see yourself in that 2020 job. Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation. You could start your new life as an IT pro in as little as 4 months. Live online classes meet just twice a week. It's not rocket science. It's mycomputercareer.edu.
Keyshawn Johnson, Jay Williams, and Zubin Mahente.
Were there not rumors circling around about whether the Rams were going to bench Jared Goff?
No, that's just
he's not having a better season than Kyler Murray.
Never benching
he's not
Jared
having
Goff.
a better season than Kyler Murray. How could you have him ranked ahead of him?
I think he's a better quarterback than Kyler Murray, but that's just me.
Keyshawn, Jay, Will, and Zubin. Mornings on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170. Your home for the NFL. This is the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170 AM.
Welcome back to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local here on ESPN 1170 AM. It's Friday, January 22nd. Tomorrow will be the 23rd. It will be the anniversary of Hulk Hogan beating the Iron Sheik for his first WWF title.
Was I alive? I don't even think I...
1984.
No. Oh,
January 23rd,
I was
1984.
1.5. Not even.
Okay.
Hey, I want to give a shout out to John,
Sure.
who just said, welcome home. Hi, John. I'm banned on all social media, even Twitter this morning, so I have no way to reach out to anybody. But hi.
They don't
like me.
This is not a good sign for things in the future.
For what?
10 months ago, the Tokyo Olympics were postponed.
Mm-hmm.
Now, less than 6 months ahead of their new start date, cancel is being floated around the Olympics.
It will be canceled.
The Japanese government has privately concluded that the games will have to be called off. The Times are reporting, okay? But we can't always just do that. An unnamed senior government source said so. The quote is, "No one wants to be the first to say so, but the consensus is that it's too difficult."
There's a lot of political stuff going on in China and Japan right now, and between the two, so this is not surprising whatsoever.
The thing is that it's what they want is, if it gets canceled, is they want the IOC to come out and say that you can have it in 2032.
That should happen.
Yeah, because it's Paris hosts in 2024, LA hosts in 2028. The International Olympic Committee and the Japanese government insist that the games are still on, calling the report categorically untrue. We have no reason, we have at this moment no reason whatsoever to believe that the Olympic Games in Tokyo will not open on the 23rd of July, IOC President Thomas Bach said Thursday. And there is no plan B. The Prime Minister of Japan, he would just...
She? Is it she? How do you say it? XI, right?
No.
Who am I
Yoshidi Suga.
Yeah.
Okay. But the thing is the people don't want it there. All right. They're at their highest now of cases right now. I think yesterday was their highest, a couple days ago, but they're at over 6,000 cases. But there's no real. They have lack of testing, so they don't know.
Do they?
That's what it says.
Sure.
I'm just saying. Japan has reported fewer than 5,000 deaths due to COVID-19, but cases are surging in Tokyo. And the country's lack of testing limits its true understanding of the spread, according to Axios Sports. 80% of Japanese citizens said they should postpone again or cancel. And that's the other thing, because the Prime Minister, the election, there's another election coming up later on this year. So,
I said, there's a lot of political
financial disaster for Japan. They've spent over $25 billion on preparations. So that's just it. As much as we say, like, it's turning the corner, it's supposed to be good. And we also have to put in mind that in just over a year, the Winter Olympics are supposed to be in Beijing. So we're talking February. That's supposed to kick off February of 2022.
That might happen. That's more likely than the summer. Or than this July, for sure.
But that's what I'm... We keep talking about this. When are you going to feel normal? When do you think it's going to be where you feel like sports are coming back?
When the political situation and the political climate settles down. That's when it's going to happen. If you haven't noticed, all the blue states have already reopened, and they're saying they can do partial and dining now. Isn't that amazing? On the second day after an inauguration, I mean, the timing is pretty impeccable.
I don't know. I didn't.
I do.
Again, I didn't.
I
follow.
have common sense.
There's another thing that I'm worried about here. And this comes back to here in the States, because if this happened, if you really think the day that is March 13th is the day that we said the sports world stopped, a lot of it had to do with the background of the NCAA tournament. And right now, conference commissioners are getting worried about a midseason shutdown.
Okay, midseason being?
Meaning like coming up soon.
Okay,
yeah,
I can see that happening
right now.
Again, due to political climate, but I'm not going to talk about that.
You don't.
We'll
need
just wait and see.
I just
want it in there for record. That's all. But I said it. As you were.
Yeah, CBS Sports writer Matt Norlander is reporting that recent COVID-19 rates have conference commissioners nervous over a possible stoppage of the college basketball season. Now, again, sometimes, and we've been dealing with this now for 10 months, and people say, like, oh, it's sports and don't use politics. Well, he's writing for CBS Sports, and he brings it up. It just says, this is according to Matt Norlander. Multiple conference commissioners and athletic directors told CBS Sports in the past week plus that there is growing sense of nervousness over the stability of the college basketball season. With Joe Biden now holding office, high-ranking NCAA officials are in wait-and-see mode about monitoring case counts across the country and bracing for the possibility of federal shutdowns that could impact dozens, if not hundreds of schools, prompting a mid-season pause in the process. So, if the federal shutdown, how is that impacting dozens, if not hundreds, of schools.
Mm-hmm.
I'm asking you because I don't really know.
Rephrase the question so that it's a legit question.
Well, okay, federal shutdowns.
Love you, John.
Does the federal government?
No, that is statewide. That is governor regulated. That is not federal.
Okay.
Period. And if you go to the website right now and look up, I have the website listed here. You can check out every executive order that has been issued. There have been 0 so far. So nothing is in nothing.
Maybe it's just not updated.
It's the White House. They update it within like an hour of anything issued. I've followed it for multiple years. But if you look it up, nothing has been issued. So as long as you follow that, and I can give that website to anybody who wants it. You'll see what's actually been issued and what's being projected as being issued on the television. So, yeah, no, but these mandates are statewide. They're not federal.
Okay. The other thing is that a lot of students will be returning to campuses soon, which means potential spikes and outbreaks. College basketball has seen approximately 20% of its games postponed or canceled on a weekly basis due to COVID. This is what I'm talking about. When it's supposed to be just all go away, or we were doing this to curb this and flatten it and everything else, and we were told what to do. But now I'm starting to get concerned over this again.
All I can tell you is rest easy. Hang in there for a little bit longer. That's it. That's all I can say. Everybody already thinks I'm a crazy conspiracy theorist. So
I don't.
We'll just leave it at that.
Yeah, I don't think it either.
I know you don't think I'm crazy, but you definitely think I'm a conspiracy theorist. It's fine.
That's okay. I mean,
yeah,
there's
I'm
nothing
proud
wrong
of
with
it.
that.
I'm
Yeah.
absolutely proud of it.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with that whatsoever. So it's not that big of a deal to me. So
we'll just wait and see. I mean, that's all we can do, right?
Mhm.
Is hurry up and wait. Those are our options. That has been our option since March of 2020. This is 2020 continued.
There you go. But yeah, it's. I just want it. I know we're just beating a dead horse or whatever else. We all want it to be over with and everything. So I just don't know when we're gonna get to that point. Now that we're
Soon.
pointing at basketball kind of thing, we're just gonna repeat ourselves.
Soon.
Definition
Hang
of
in
insanity.
there. Hold the line, guys.
Hold the line.
Hold the line. Hang in there.
All right. So we're gonna call it a day today. Just because,
this early?
Yeah. Just
It's because Jay wants to him out with me, and we're gonna go catch a movie at the shutdown.
Well, and
theaters.
I have to set something up I have to do something with AC Earl and for him as well. So and
I have
I've
an
got-
appointment as
yeah,
well,
you've got a
so.
meeting, so it's just one of those days. But NFC, AFC games are going on today, and I mean this weekend on Sunday. So check it out. Monday we'll come back, guns blazing. But we appreciate everybody out there on Facebook and listen to us, ESPN 1170 AM. We're going to switch to. We're going to let some of our sponsors pay their stuff, and then we're going to pay, and then we're going to switch over to satellite. So you guys have a hassle-free Friday, and we will see you guys soon. Stay safe and sanitized out there, Quad Cities.
We're going streaking through the quad and into the gymnasium. Come on, everybody! You like that? You like that?
Give me a hell yeah! I said give me a